We have often heard the phrase, the birds and the bees. Well, tonight, my audience and I are going to be getting very real.
Kwake yeye alikuwa anataka friends benefit thing. He convinced me that he loved me.
Mulikuwa mumefungua duka. I can see guys are like,
Hata ipata mwingine kama mimi.
No. So wewe umefunga duka?
Kabisa.
Ashaijawahi funguliwa? When was the last time umechukua selfie?
Last month.
So mulienda nyinyi wawili ama wewe ndio ulitumwa?
So if you're expecting the church to have the conversation with your daughter, I'm sorry.
This is Real Talk Season 2. I'm Tamima and this is Real Talk Season 2. I want to thank you so much for supporting this show. Without you, this platform would not be where it is. As you can see, I'm in a new home, a new set, which I totally love. And as always, we have lined up so many interesting topics for you this season, topics that we believe are very relevant to the issues that young people, not only in Kenya, but across the rest of Africa are facing. And kicking off with tonight's show, where we'll be talking about a very hot topic. Welcome to the show.
I can do it alone. I don't need anyone. Like, no one will know my stuff.
You're okay with dating a man who is married?
So long as you give me what I want.
Have you cheated?
Yeah.
Did you regret cheating?
No.
Right, we have often heard the phrase, the birds and the bees in American culture. We've had the phrase in Kenyan culture for the girls, don't play with boys. Well, all this talk comes down to one thing, sex. How do parents initiate and talk to their children about sex? Well, tonight on this show, my audience and I are going to be getting real on this topic that is so huge, yet despite how huge and how important it is, we actually do very little to empower our youth to make better choices, and especially when it comes to their sexual life. Well, right now I have an audience full of just young women, and I'm going to be touching this topic from a woman's perspective. Let's find out, what is it like dating today in 2019 in Kenya as a young woman? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Real Talk. I just want to clarify that tonight's topic is purely for educational purposes. The content may be strong, but the context of it is what matters. If you're watching this as a parent, I want to empower you with the tools that you will use to talk to your teenager or perhaps your young adult in the house. If you're watching this as a young adult, the purpose of this show is to empower you so that you can be aware about the dangers that lurk out there, and of course, just so that you can make the right choices to live your best life. And again, I want to remind you that you're always welcome to join the conversation via the hashtag #RealTalkWithTamima on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Well, right now, let's jump straight into the show. I want to invite my first guest, who is Mary Wanja. Mary Wanja is 26 years old, and like many young women her age, she's frustrated by the kind of guys she's finding on the dating scene. Welcome to the show, Mary. I'm seeing that you clearly got the memo. This is a girls-only audience. Only chicks in the audience. I'll see you. Cindy? Yes, and you're wearing pink just like myself.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump straight into it because you told my producers that you're basically tired as a young woman when it comes to dating. Because anytime you date a guy, you have the right intentions, but unfortunately, how they have been socialized, they don't believe in the whole one guy, one woman type of thing. Maybe tell me more about what was that horrible dating experience that you had?
Okay, I had this guy on 2017. I was dating. Okay, kwangu mimi nilikuwa nimefocus na relationship, but kwake yeye alikuwa anataka friends with benefit thing. So the moment I found out, nikakuwa heartbroken and I hated dating. Yeah, I hated
So
dating.
when you say he wanted friends with benefits type of thing, at the time when you guys were in a relationship, were you celibate or you guys mulikuwa mumefungua duka?
I guess tulikuwa tu tumefungwa duka.
Lakini sasa ukakuja ukadiscover yeye alikuwa tu pale kuenjoy benefits ya duka.
Yep.
So probably was he cheating on you with other girls?
Yeah, nilikuwa nenda place yenye, yani kwenye alikuwa nakaa napata maybe condoms and stuff, maybe napata nguo za madem, ukimuuliza nakwambia just a friend and stuff.
So was this your first boyfriend?
No.
Okay, so if you had to look back at your entire dating experience, how would you sum it up? Like your experience generally with the guys that you've been with?
I guess it's horrible. Naweza sema tu imekuwa mbaya.
How come?
Because unapata wewe uko serious, uko loyal to somebody, but yeye yuko loyal, unapata stuff ka infection or something. So you know, as ladies vile tuko sensitive, unapata infection. And wewe mwenyewe unajua umekuwa loyal all the way, but ukimuuliza anasema hapana, I don't cheat on you.
So is this something that you would say it's not just personal to you, but a lot of your friends go through as well?
Oh, okay, unaenda unashare na msee ama beshte yako anakuambia hapana, I don't go through that. So mimi kwangu naweza sema ni kwangu tu peke yangu ni happen ya stuff ka hiyo.
Okay. I'm curious because there you are, you're saying that you're taking all measures, you're having safe sex. And so because you thought that maybe it's a reaction to the brand and you decide now to go without. So at that point, mulichukua selfie? Ama ulikuwa tu umempenda, umemwamini wewe?
Before tuanze kudate tulikuwa tushachukua selfie.
Na ukisema tulikuwa tumechukua selfie because madam tunajua for most guys kuchukua selfie ni wendo utatumwa uchukue selfie, result yako ndo atasema ni yenyu. I want to ask you, ideally at what age did you start being sexually active?
23.
At 23 years old. So you were a virgin all the way till 23. What made you choose to break your virginity?
Peer pressure, I bet.
What do you mean when you say peer pressure?
Okay, like mabeshte wangu, my cousins walikuwa wanakuja wananiambia, okay, like unasikia vile wanapiga story, and then I was like, okay, fine, wacha niende ni decide.
So yani ulikuwa una feel jue bado wewe ulikuwa umefunga duka, lakini kila mtu amefungua duka. So ukaona hapa hii kufungua duka iko na raha. Ukajaribu.
Yeah.
But I have to applaud you because waiting till 23, I mean, in today's age, there's so much pressure. You're right, there's so much pressure. But if you had to look back at your childhood, and probably let's go back to your parenting, how did your parents talk to you about sex?
Okay, unfortunately, nililelewa na my grandmother. So alikuwa zile tu like, nimelelewa katikati ya maboys. So alikuwa nikiwa katikati ya maboys, niko too safe. But alikuwa ananiambia hata ukua safe katikati ya maboys, you have to take care of yourself.
Yani hiyo tu take care of yourself. Hakuna terms and conditions imeandikwa pale chini. Hiyo tu wewe jichunge.
Okay, like unajua sasa mimi shosho hakuwa iniongelesha about sex, alikuwa anajua naongeleshwa shule ama kwa church tukienda seminar stuff. So like yeye hangekaa chini akwambie like okay, the only thing alikuwa anambia mse, since umeanza kunyesha ujue kucheza na maboy, utafanya nini? Uta get ball.
And you've raised a very valid point there because I can attest to that as well. For me, my sex education conversation with my parent came when I had my period. And it was don't play with boys.
Yeah.
Period. Full stop. So let me ask my audience, is it true that for most girls that the sex conversation with your mom or your dad or your aunties starts when you get your period? Show of hands, please. So I'm seeing guys who've not raised their hands. Huh? I want to just engage you for a bit. I'm curious, when did the sex education or perhaps that conversation happen for you?
So I'm Sharon Kageha, and I was lucky enough because I grew up with